When I make a mistake, I just move on. I don't prevaricate. I don't resolve it. I just move on. The limits of my language means the limits of my world. In the beginning was the deed. I went on a search, like Hansel and Gretel. My search was for love, but along the way, I lost everything. I was in love in my life. No, not just with my mother, but with the dangerous development of another woman, a woman already bound in marriage and with child. Not exactly the right thing to do for a Roman Catholic from the confines of Northern Ireland, or from anyone within the human race for that matter, I can assure you now. This was the beginning for me. My quest for love had begun, sincerely. I fell for her most deeply. My identity started in a bubble of creativity and then ended abruptly. She was a country girl, blonde hair, beautiful, shy but an excellent communicator. I engraved a pen for you. It's a gift from me to you on this your 30th birthday, I said. I was 25 years old. It's just platonic, I thought. She accepted with a smile. But when it came to my own birthday, she did not respond. How is this understandable? Is this within the limits of my own comprehension? I asked myself. Of course, you fool. She is married. Is this not more sacred than platonic love? All I needed was a self-fulfilling prophecy, no less, a sense of reciprocation for my love. Of course, my love was ill-expressed, inappropriate, and deeply unprofessional. Can I ever love another? Here the story ends, but it also regenerates. It is self-perpetuated forward. Here the limits of my life have been redrawn, the mould recast, fresh waters found. Everything has meaning, but everyone has become suspicious. I can tell what you're all thinking. This office is the problem. All you need is love, I think to myself. But here, as always, no words are spoken. Does anyone even know to this day the love and devotion I had for her? God knows. At the time, the environment was the problem. I had acted in secret in the workplace, like a child, in my quest to become Ubermensch. I had chanced a meeting of minds, no, not at the time of bodies. I had failed, and my health was failing badly. It was psychosomatic. To top it all off, I have kept this top secret till I tell yous now. So this is my story. No consummation ever took place. Only the gratification of knowing that I had expressed my love for this woman, my love for her way of life, Wittgenstein himself would have approved. Now I have left my country, one which does not accept me for who I am. I have expressed my innermost being, my soul, and now, with my unrequited love, I'm gone. There I go, to Hitler's birthplace, to the place of the Greys, the right wing, the dead, Austria. I go to seek out my dreams in teaching, but I know not the language, know not the life. Was I drawn here by my own unconscious to the birthplace of Freud? Yes. Was I even conscious of my behaviour all this time? God knows. I arrive in glorification of the dead philosopher Wittgenstein, a native to these parts, a literary hero my father would approve of. It is entrapment, I think, entrapment. I have found my prison in the world, though I am not guilty of any wrongdoing. I just loved. Was this an extension of my love, or my intoxication for a film I have come to take for granted? I was supposedly an educated man after all. So here in Austria, a land where I have no roots, but in language, I teach English, but in reality I learn nothing, while I volunteer my services, so I earn nothing, neither. A time spent, a time shared, with the other in the other's nation, with pretension, a self-satisfying pretentious spiel of language that lands only on young deaf ears in a Montessori school in Vienna. Oh, how I need someone to listen, say I. Can no one speak my language? Can I interpret no one's intentions? Can no one interpret mine? My quest has ended now, or has it only just begun? Travelling around the island of Britain where I don't abide, like a Frankenstein, an insult taken during childhood and lived with. I live hand to mouth, step by step, bed to bed, alone. For days, weeks, months, until I exhaust my means and return to Ireland, my home. While I have been away, I have been followed, I have been observed. They have conspired to use me for my vitality, for their grand political ends. I consider myself dehumanized to the protective point where I become a lance. No one would want contact with me now. The ends justify the means. The time period follows from George W. Bush, follows 9/11. It is a time of cruel engagement. Everything is out to get me. I question myself like Socrates, to the point where I consider an aesthetically pleasing suicide, a suicide of selfhood. The language game is unravelling out of control, but the facts are forming. Now, my life has fallen apart. Totally isolated, I fracture. My mind fractures. A schizophrenic split. Now my life is surreal, with delusionary aspects. Here I must declare myself as having paranoid schizophrenia. There are no more takes, no more errors. Everything is illuminated. But where is my love? I have love for nothing. Not for creation, not for the dead, nothing. Anyway, I am resilient. The will triumph again, if it is found. When I make a mistake, I just move on. I don't prevaricate. I don't resolve it. I just move on. Now, I find myself in dialogue